Hello, and thank you for joining me for applying for financial aid, requesting a tax return transcript. The goal of our Applying for Financial Aid video series is to take some of the mystery out of the financial aid process. Check our website at jjc.edu/financial aid for links to our other financial aid help videos. During this walkthrough, we will go through two different methods to request a tax return transcript or verification of non-filing statement from the IRS website. My name is Deanna, and I'm the Director of Financial Aid at Joliet Junior College. The intended audience for this video is any student, parent, or spouse who needs to request their IRS tax return transcript or verification of non-filing statement for financial aid verification purposes. So you've submitted your FAFSA, and now you've been selected by the Department of Education for the process called verification. Your school will communicate with you and inform you of any additional documents that you or your parents or spouse, if applicable, will need to submit. These items may include an IRS tax return transcript or an IRS verification of non-filing statement. There are usually multiple ways in which you can satisfy this requirement for your school. These screenshots are examples of what a JJC student might see on their financial aid self-service account. This walkthrough will explain how to order your tax information from the IRS website. An IRS tax return transcript contains important tax information that your financial aid office must use to verify that the information you submitted on your FAFSA is accurate. A verification of non-filing statement is a letter from the IRS which confirms that you did not file taxes in a particular tax year. In some cases, an IRS tax return transcript can also be used as a verification of non-filing statement. You should not and do not need to request these items unless your school has informed you that they are required. To get started, you'll go to irs.gov. And from the home page, click on Get Your Tax Record. If it is the parent or the spouse who needs this tax information, then they should enter their information on the next steps. On the Get Transcripts screen, you will find a lot of information. You can get information about the various transcript types by clicking this link at the top. And if you get stuck ever on this process, use the Frequently Asked Questions link at the bottom. You will see that there are two ways to request your transcript, online and by mail. We will start this presentation with the Get Transcript by Mail method. But if you are interested in seeing the Get Transcript online method, skip ahead in this video until you see the words Get Transcript Online at the top of the slides. So to request by mail, the instructions will tell you here what you need to get started, and it will also let you know that there's going to be a few days to get this by mail. But click Get Transcript by Mail to start the process. On the next screen, review the important information and click OK to continue. On this screen, you will enter your Social Security number or individual tax ID number, your date of birth, and your street address. The street address is very picky, so you may need to click the Help button to get more information and IRS guidance on which street address to enter and which format to enter it in. It is typically the address from your last tax return filed or your most recent U.S. Post Office change record. Then you will enter your zip or postal code that corresponds with your address here. Do not enter your city or state on these fields. Once complete, click Continue. In the first section, you are going to select Return Transcript. In the tax year section, the tax year you select will depend on which academic year and FAFSA that you are gathering documentation for. Refer to your school's instructions for exactly which tax year they are requesting. If you are completing documents for your 2020-2021 FAFSA, select the 2018 tax year. If you are completing documents for your 2021-2022 FAFSA, select the 2019 tax year. The customer file number field is optional. For example, you could enter your student ID number in this field. Do not enter your Social Security number. Once complete, click Continue. The final screen of the Get Transcript by Mail process confirms that they have accepted the request for your tax return transcript. The IRS will mail the document to the address that they have on file for you. If you need to request an additional transcript, perhaps for a different tax year, click the Request a Different Transcript button. This is an example of what the tax return transcript will look like if you filed taxes for the requested year. Again, this will come by mail. If you did not file a tax return for the year that you requested, you will receive a tax return transcript that indicates that there is no record of a return filed. Your school can use this as an IRS verification of non-filing statement. Once you or your parent or spouse, if applicable, receive your tax return transcript in the mail, make sure to put your student ID on the document and submit a copy of it to your school's financial aid office. So now we'll go through the Get Transcript online method. From the irs.gov homepage, select Get Your Tax Record. Don't forget, if it is your parent or spouse who needs to request the tax information, then they need to follow the next steps themselves. The online method is nice because it gives you immediate online access to your transcripts, wage and income statements, and verification of non-filing letters. However, the online method requires you to verify additional personal information, such as a personal account number from a credit card, mortgage, home equity loan, or car loan. You must also have a mobile phone account in your name to use this method. So not everyone is able to use this method. If you do have this information though, click Get Transcript online to get started. The IRS will prompt you to create an account with them. Don't forget that this is the person who needs their transcript information, needs to create the account. If it's the student, then the student will create their account. If it is the parent or the spouse of the student who needs the tax information, then they must create their own account. If you already have created an account, you can log in and access your transcript information. For the purposes of this walkthrough, we will click on Create Account. The IRS gives you some basic information about their online service, such as that it is fast, secure, convenient, and free. Click Continue to get started. The IRS informs you of the information that you will need to have to register for this service. If you have all of this, click Yes to continue. The IRS informs you of additional information that you will need to have to register for this service. You must have one of these items in your name to qualify for the online service. If you have it, click Yes to continue. You must also have a mobile phone number in your name, or you can choose to complete identity verification by mail, and you'll still need a US-based phone number or an iPhone, iPad, or Android device to do this. If you are able to provide this information, click Continue. The first screen will ask you for your first name, last name, and email address. The IRS will send a confirmation code to the email address that you will need to enter on the next screen. Once you've entered all this information, click Send Code. Go to your email to retrieve your IRS confirmation code and enter it on this page. Click Continue. Your name will populate into the personal information from the previous information that you entered. So on this page, you will enter your birth date, your Social Security number or individual tax ID number, and then you will select whether you have or have not filed a tax return within the past 7 years. You will also enter your address information. Your address must match your most recently filed tax return. For help on how exactly to enter your address or which address to use this address help link for more guidance from the IRS. Once complete, click Continue. On this screen, choose one of the financial account methods to verify your identity, and then enter the account number that corresponds with that account. If you do choose to enter a Visa, MasterCard, or Discover credit card information, please note that it only asks for the last 8 digits of your card number and that it does not work with debit cards. On this screen, you will enter your mobile phone number and click Send Message. The phone account must be in your name for this to work, and not all mobile phone numbers will work. If you do get stuck at this step, review the other options at the bottom of the screen on how to request an activation code by mail or alternatives to using the online service, such as getting your transcript by mail instead. The IRS Password Service will send a temporary security code via text to your mobile number. Once you receive it, enter it here. Click Continue. The next screen will confirm they've been able to confirm your identity, and you will be prompted to create your user profile. Store your username and password safely in case you need to use this service to get tax and income information for future FAFSA years. Pay attention to the requirements on the right for creating your username and password. You will also verify your email address, which comes pre-filled on this page. You will choose a site phrase and a site image that are unique to you and that you will recognize when you log in. Click Continue once complete. You will receive confirmation if your account is successfully created. Click Continue. You will then receive an IRS security announcement. Click Continue. You are now able to request your transcript information online. Select Higher Education Student Aid as your reason. Customer file number is optional. You could enter your student ID number here. Do not enter your social security number. Click Go. Your available transcripts will now be accessible to you online. Your screen may look different from this one because it is based upon your personal past tax history data. The glossary on the right will help you understand what is included in each document. If the school is requesting tax information, you will download your return transcript for the applicable tax year. You will see that the IRS also suggested return transcript for me based on the reason that I selected. If the school is requesting income information, such as W-2s and 1099s, you can download your wage and income transcript for the applicable tax year. If the school is requesting verification that you did not file your taxes, you will download your verification of non-filing letter for the applicable tax year. Refer to the communication from your school to be sure that you select the correct document and the correct tax year. If you are completing documents for the 2020-2021 FAFSA, then you will select the 2018 tax year. If you are completing documents for your 2021-2022 FAFSA, then you will select the 2019 tax year. The document you select will open in a new window, and you can save it and securely upload it to your school, or you can print it and give it to your school. Be sure to include your student ID number when you submit it to your school. If you have any additional questions about obtaining your tax return transcript or verification of non-filing letter from the IRS, please reach out to us. As I mentioned at the beginning, you can also find other financial aid help videos at jjc.edu/financial aid. Thank you all for joining me today, and have a great day.